And their general... AI loves to do this, just charge their general and just forfeit the battle. Making it very easy for us there. We're going to have to square up though. Is he going to make contact? Or is he? No, he's just teasing us. Hello my good students. Welcome back to our Napoleon Total War Let's Play series as Austria, where we have recently been fighting off battle after battle after battle. We killed Marshal Ney previously in the previous episode. Here we have these cross swords here to denote the massive battle of Salzburg in August 1805, where we had a crushing victory, an ambush battle at that, with Johann von Österreich versus, of course, Marshal Ney. That's going to take a few turns. That's going to take about 2 or 3 turns to replenish fully from that. That's absolutely fine. We can actually set him back, I think, to ambush about here, to be honest. It won't change our replenishment rate whatsoever there. We have some Swiss Grenadiers and line over here. We're still thinking, though. Do we want... we'll bring these back over here. They can help out with this army, perhaps. They can just come in as the rear guard. Then we'll leave these out later. We'll put them in Olmütz at the moment, or Olmütz, to help out with the happiness there. So in that case, we're going to bring over these guys to Hungary. And once we have some movement available, we're going to bring our newly recruited General Andreas Hofer over here, who is a hero worshipped, giving him +3 morale to battles, but a little less command. But he regains that with +2 command from being a superior general. Certainly far superior than Karl Mack, who actually reduces our morale by 1 there. And I think that's actually getting better by the looks of it. I remember that being a little lower, I believe, but not to worry. We have someone who boosts our morale, and that is absolutely going to help. You can see our morale now standing roughly at 10 with our German Fusiliers here, and 11 with our Swiss line, which is absolutely amazing. Once they're able to move, they are going to go and source out our Transylvanian problem over here in Hafiz Hassan over here with his massive Ottoman army. Massive, but undertrained and really poor morale. 3 morale on this militia, 7 morale and 35 accuracy on these Janissaries over here, which is not necessarily too bad. But if that's the best he can bring out, we're going to walk over them. There will just be the heavy amount of Mamluk cavalry over here, and I'm sure they have more guns than these 9-pounder artilleries here. So we've got to watch out. But it shouldn't be anywhere near as difficult as the French battles we've been playing. We are certainly practiced at that. So we don't have anything to... we could actually try and save our money the next few turns, because I have a very, very spicy tactic in mind. The problem with that is that it will burn through cash. So we're going to save up there. We're going to send... We have this garrisoned army over here. And that's actually going to reinforce Venice, because I think really we need to start moving to finally be rid of this Italian problem. Turn after turn after turn, they just recruit full stacks all the time. We can certainly see that's the case here once again. And they just keep coming over and threatening Venice. We need to stop that right now, if possible. So we're going to reinforce our good man over here, Karl von Österreich-Teschen, which will take a couple turns once again to replenish, but not to worry at all. We're going to wait that out. We should be fine at there. At least we have the reinforcing army in Ferdinand von Österreich-Ester over here. So, that being said, I don't think there's much else we can do this turn. Double check, yeah, we're doing 2 turns to poverty control laws. We do still have the mission to research that, so we should be getting a 1,000 bonus income as a reward once we've done that. Can we do anything through diplomacy? Can we trade some spicy technologies? Not yet. We can give land drainage to the Prussians, perhaps for some money. Might want to think about that. We could probably get ourselves some diamond formation here, and that will allow later on, once we have the building for it, the recruitment of Austrian Emperor's own cuirassiers. Lovely stuff. That sounds good. Let's give them national census and public schooling for that. Well, that went very well, sir. Now my Claris waits. Excellent stuff. That sounds like we got it. He's going to drink his wine. Excellent. We now have diamond formation. That saves us a bit of time, because diamond formation is one of those... it's a personal taste, I think. It's give or take for me. And I don't really want to waste turns researching that myself. Let's see what we can do with the Russians. Excuse me, not a lot there, to be honest. I might try and ask for some money for some very spicy technologies there. We're going to demand 2,000, just an upper limit at the moment. So what they say, unacceptable, not to worry. We'll try 1,500 then, because it will just go that much further to helping us save money, won't it? So go 1,500 there. We didn't get rid of all of it there. You know, it's going to be quite particular about how we enter our monies in. And they say yes, excellent stuff, really, really good there. We have, of course, started our own trade route. Where are we? We can see a French one there. Might want to raid that at some point. Just over here, we do have two merchantmen over here, just generating 888 income. And there will be that massive Spanish armada lurking about, which did drop off the Spanish force that we saw previously. I know I said I would save some money, but it doesn't hurt to just, now that we've got that little boost in income from the Russians there, doesn't hurt at all to boost our income later on by getting some merchantmen. So I think that's about it, really. Do we want to kick a minister at all? Our government popularity is going down, but that's absolutely fine. We're going to sort that out very, very soon indeed, I think. With our armies leaving central Austria, we're going to be able to sort this out fairly easily. But once again, we will need to save up some money for that. And speaking of saving money, why don't we... Let's try and kick this in favour of someone better. It's not really worked in our favour. It's just the same. Not to worry there. It's always worth a shot. Let's carry on to the next turn. Yeah, and as expected, the Ottomans are going to take Transylvania. You know what? It's a problem off my bloody hands. Don't need it, don't want it, but we can take the opportunity to look at exactly what they do have in their army. And they have some Libyan Kuloglus over here, which appear to be very light dragoons, which is very, very interesting indeed. That, I mean, they can dismount and fire onto us, capable of delivering a volley with their blunderbusses. Interesting. So that could rather hurt us. They have some decent accuracy on that, but once again, morale and melee attack absolutely abysmal. Looks like our own cavalry will be able to engage them fairly well. It's these Mamluk cavalry here, which will be a problem as ever. And I was half expecting to see some swordsmen here, to be honest, because the Ottomans can recruit them. They have an 18-pounder foot artillery here. That's the, let's say, the national strength of the Ottomans. They have terrible infantry, some fair cavalry, fair variety of cavalry, but they have a massive array of artillery available to them. They can actually get bombard guns, the classic Ottoman bombards to them. But we're not seeing them today. We're going towards to resolve this. No need to do anything there. I'm not going to be able to win that, I am afraid to say. Okay, so at the end of the turn, of course, we have lost Transylvania, but we've got a path blocked over here. Interesting. We did actually lose our trade node over here because the Spanish came with a fairly large fleet. They're just not quite small enough for us to be able to handle there. Got a building sabotaged. It's because they have a spy out over here. Not to worry. They're marching over to Budapest, which is, you know, absolutely fine. That means it's going to take less turns for us to come over to them. I'm not entirely sure. We'll be able to put this army in there to defend. And, of course, we're going to send these two units as reinforcements, like so. Got the fleets destroyed, army destroyed, that's fine. Spy network in Württemberg means we can see everything they have in that region, and we have a little bit of sight over Strasbourg, which means we can see Henri de la Borde over there, and perhaps another army. It's not looking like it's De Vaux. Usually he starts over there, so that's rather interesting. The Batavian Republic's been destroyed. Who the bloody hell's taken that then? There's the Prussians come into that. Look at that. It's the Prussians being aggressive. Certainly not staying neutral. Excellent stuff. A new nation arises, the Brunswick-Lüneburg electorate. Excellent. Good for them. Very, very good for them. Have some merchantmen, but we can't move them out because we need to deal with these Spanish fleets over there. So our income is standing at 3.9 thousand. You know what, that's not too bad at all. We haven't really lost anything too much there other than time with the loss of our fleets, unfortunately there. So what are we looking like with this army? It's going to take again 2 more turns of replenishment there. Let's sit this army in Venice then, or can we put them to ambush along the road here? Don't trust that to be quite in range, but we've run out of movement range now, unfortunately. That's okay. Absolutely fine. So if the Ottomans, let's look at their paths over here. They can come over this bridge and this bridge to Budapest, or they can come down here and back into Belgrade if need be. So we're going to keep an eye on these, of course. And then we can go back and retake Transylvania. Looks like they're going to have a bit of a riot there. We can see they've got pretty bad public order there of -6. And that is due to the resistance of foreign occupation. So if we take that back, they should be very happy to have us back. And so they bloody should be. So once again, keeping this guy over here. We are going to be fairly passive, going to try moving our armies about. I do have big plans for today, namely sourcing out the Ottoman army. That's our aim for today. Perhaps try and source out the Italian problem as well. And then we should finally get the stability we've also been looking for. We do have Karl Mack over here. I'm just going to put him in Zagreb at the moment. Lovely stuff. And I'm going to change Zagreb actually over to a tax office, just so we get that little bit more income there. We haven't got roads in Zagreb either. Bloody hell, we're looking very lazy, aren't we? Not to worry whatsoever though. I think, yeah, we're just going to keep saving up some money for now and just carry on, I think. So, over the end turn, the Prussians have asked us to join the war against the newly arisen Electorate of Brunswick-Lüneburg for a juicy 1,000. You know what? We're going to take that. Lüneburg not too far away. I'm sure the Prussians will be able to deal with that themselves. And we can take them on if we really need to. We need to push through in that direction anyway. I'm sure it'll be a fairly short war with the Prussians. And just the free 1,000 income, lovely stuff. I'll take that indeed. Alrighty, so looks like we predicted correctly and the Ottomans are sieging down Budapest, but that is not a problem at all. We can certainly deal with this. Very nice decisive battle there. We do have poverty control laws. That's given us a bloody massive income to 1,400 income, and that is brilliant. That means we could put our plan into execution there, and this is further the restoration. That's just saying you got the mission done. Here's your 1,000. Lovely stuff. We got a spy network established by Ferdinand Becker over here. And that will mean we can look at all of Bucharest and Wallachia, which means we have that more forward sight now onto the Ottomans for a further invasion there. That's excellent for us. And a minister now has -1 happiness to the lower classes. You know what? People who are used to this game will probably see what's coming here. This could be a massive hint. The -1 happiness to the lower classes is exactly what we want at this stage. And Adolf Holzer, our spy, has 1 subterfuge for infiltration missions. Which young man is that? It's the guy in Württemberg over here. Getting quite the army over in Württemberg, aren't they? Might want to try and sabotage one of them. Let's try and sabotage this larger one over here. It's going to take some time though. To take 29%, that might not happen. No, being detected there, that's not a problem. Let's get him moving though. Trying to send him down to the Tyrol. We have a dockyard now in Croatia. Might want to upgrade that. That will let us go as far as Briggs. We need to research carronades for those Razis there. Razis aren't necessarily bad either. We're going to upgrade this at the moment though, so because that's going to take some time. I do want to get some larger ships out. But we're avoiding the main battle here. Don't want to forget it. Let's ruddy bloody go and destroy Hasifazan. Quick save for that. Thank you very much. Do outnumber them. Quite a bit actually as far as the raw numbers come down. So he's going to deploy first because he has less command. It's going to be a very nice maiden battle for Andreas Hofer. And we're going to get some experience for our Swiss line. So I imagine there's going to be some building cover here. Rather this was an open plain. But not to worry, that will hamper their cavalry. Of course, it will hamper our own, but they have the greater amount of cavalry there, so it's going to hurt them just that much more, and we can work around it ourselves, of course. So, let's ruddy bloody go. Okay, so we have, of course, engaged the Ottomans, and we do have Hungary and Budapest, the city over here. right in the middle of the battlefield. You know, I want to try and avoid that, but if we can, we might want to try and lure the Ottomans inside, so that we can use our larger formations to hit down on their more tightly packed and congested formations if they do decide to go inside the town there. We're going to try though and use a massive right flank over here. We have 2 units of Jaegers over here, we have all of our German Fusiliers over here, and our general to support their morale on the right flank. And we're going to use all of our Swiss line and our cavalry onto the left here. So we're going to keep our centre over here in the trees fairly weak, so that we can hold there. It should be fairly okay for 3 units of Swiss line over here. You can see they're hidden though, which the trees are helping out with. So we'll see what happens there with that. The Ottomans, of course, using their cannons means that we need to be that much more aggressive, but they haven't unlimbered just yet, which is very, very useful for us. They've put a few of their Mamluks on either side as well, so we need to watch out for them, but I'm pretty sure we'll be able to shoot most of those down on their charge, which will be very, very useful indeed. Just need to push up, I think, then past the town if they're just going to sit there with their cannons, and that is not something I particularly want to do, because that's going to turn the advantage of walking, you know, waiting outside the town there to their advantage. It looks like they're getting stuck on the scenery there. You can see their cannons really gaining some air there, some height. But not to worry at all. I think then we're going to move up with our light infantry. Going to move these up into these trees over here. Stay fairly tight. It's on top of a hill as well. It should really help us there. And we're going to move these 2 units of Fusiliers out like this. Try and get them as long as possible there. And we'll move the rest slightly behind and just help out like that. I might want to move over the brow of the hill there so we get some better sights when it comes to it. But that'll be the plan then. We'll hide our general behind here so that he doesn't get hit by cannon fire. Really don't want to have to move all the way through the town here. That's the problem there. If I decide we're going to have to go through it to help out our right flank there, that's the problem. If we move up with this group of Fusiliers first, the Swiss line there, and start threatening their massive cavalry line, I think be quite useful for us. We'll bring our light infantry up as well to help out, and our cavalry can sit on their flank ready to charge on over if need be. Okay, you can see the Ottomans now finally advancing onto our main right flank over here. We've taken a couple losses from their cannons, but not to worry. It's not going to hurt us too much there. It is mostly for morale damage. And our skirmishers managing to get a few shots onto these Tartars over here, which are going over to our Swiss line. We've decided to pull up all the way through the town here finally, because you can see the Ottomans have really centralised. I wish we had some mortars over here to fire into this massive mess of cavalry here. That's absolutely fine. You can see the benefits of having some cannons, of course, but I don't always like to use them myself. I do find that having that massive backbone and centre of having the infantry about, we're going to go around here actually, I think. Forgo the advantage of the woods there, double time over there, and of course come up with our own Fusiliers just on the lip of this hill here and come to encircle the enemy, I think. Of course, want to move our general a bit closer to help out with our morale. We are bringing up units of Swiss line over here to help out with that, so we're going to bring them, I think, try and bring them over here between these buildings, but we're having a bit of trouble with the terrain there, you can see. So we'll bring them up just a little closer there. And this group needs to move as well, unfortunately. They're going to have to move over here, I think. It's not the best sort of formation there, but we're going to move up even more, as we can see the Ottomans certainly focusing on our right flank there. So we're going to have to move in behind with our cavalry and such here. What are we doing over here? We're getting some shots with our skirmishers here, but they're firing on, charging down with their cavalry now, which is rather an interesting choice. We're going to be able to square up for this though. Absolutely going to be able to square up for this. Going to bring our general over a tad here. Get a volley off and then square up, I think. We'd have to leave this right to the last second. Do it now. Didn't manage to get a volley off. These are the Mamluks with guns, which is an interesting choice. Might want to stop our square if they're just going to stand there. But their morale is terrible now. Really dipping there. So yeah, let's come out of square. Looks like they're not bothered about charging us down. Changed their minds there. Getting a few decent kills there actually. Reduced them by about 50 people. Excellent. And they're now finally bothered about threatening us over here. So let's reform our lines very quickly to help out with that. Stand back. Bring our cavalry back as well, although their general is fairly exposed now, but you can see all of the infantry over here and such. That will just catch our cavalry if we do decide to run that down. Looks like they had some units hidden in these woods here. I think they just dipped off there. Gonna square up with these guys. Let's square up, guys. There we go. Lovely stuff. We can shoot them in the backs as well over here, which is brilliant. Bit late on the square there. We were worrying about our left over here, but not to worry too much there. Going to source out these units over here, I think. Bring these over here. I think threaten a little harder over here actually. There we go. Our Swiss line actually over here took a fair few losses there because we didn't manage. Look at the square we've made there. Got some more Mamluks coming in there. Certainly to double time over here. And I think push up actually with this unit just to help out a bit. Yeah, there we go. Having trouble now, aren't they? Great stuff. Once again, getting some shots off with our skirmishers. Might want to push them up a tad to help out over here. What are they doing with these Tartars over here? Getting some shots off apparently. We're going to need to line up over here. We're managing this fairly poorly, if I'm honest. Come out of square here. You're facing just the right way now. Excellent. We can start moving up then with our centre because it doesn't look like they've got anything hidden here now. Let's make one big line over here to these buildings. Get our skirmishers in over here, I think. Just a big chonky line there. And we might want to run down these, but I want to see how they form up with their infantry first, I think. Could try and snipe their general over here. And the cavalry just sat in front of us. They may have they're mounted archers. Look at that. That's rather interesting. Yeah, very interesting choice there of the Ottomans. But you know what? That's the sick man of Europe for you. We're going to have to move up here and concentrate our lines a bit better there, I think. Double time that. What are we doing over here? Ignoring my orders, are we? Reforming without being told to? Look at this. Do not like that. Okay, I think we're going to... Do you want to cause some havoc and charge our line in at the moment? Charge our cavalry in? I don't think so just yet. Ooh, that's not good. Let's bring our skirmishers back there. Going through our formation, not a good idea. Bring them up over here, and then we can bring round our cavalry because now the infantry engagement is off. And their general... AI loves to do this, just charge their general and just forfeit the battle. Making it very easy for us there. We're going to have to square up though. Is he just going to make contact? Or is he? No, he's just teasing us. No matter, we can square up and shoot him anyway. I'll take that. You're a brave but stupid man. Look at that. Oh, that is vile. Absolutely vile. But they are moving in their infantry now to threaten us. We're still having this fight with the cavalry over here. We'll just sit and gun them down. That's absolutely fine.
Our general is under
We'll go and
attack.
hit these grenadiers over here. Our general's actually fine. It's just a little bit of stray shots coming in. Going to sit on the brow of the hill so we can fire in with our skirmishers there. And the encirclement is complete. Look at that. Took a bit of a rough charge on our Swiss line over here. That's about the worst they've done. And the worst they're going to do as well. Need to get on top of their cannons though, because they are going to start firing at us rather nastily there. Might want to move up over here with this particular Swiss line as well, just a tad. Get some range onto these peasant levy over here. And our cavalry is doing great against the Janissaries as well. That is excellent. But we may want to start retreating because these Libyan Kuloglu over here are having some blunderbuss fun. We have made the Grenadiers shatter though. So actually we're going to go straight in, I think, to this. Have made a unit of auxiliaries over here rout. These were the armed citizenry, I believe. I remember we did note that these Kuloglu over here did have very poor melee attack and stuff, and they're not facing the correct with their Janissaries over here, so we're going to be able to get right into these cannons and cause absolute bloody mayhem. We might want to about face over here. Did not notice this. We're going to take a lot of losses if we keep letting that happen, so let's move up once again to get in on some of this action, really take advantage of this with our line infantry here. I think we've caused enough havoc over here. Let's get over on this Albanian warband. Great stuff. We might want to watch out for these guys who have reformed actually. So let's change our own line over there. I'll pass over here. We've sorted out the cavalry there. So let's about face, turn around here. Excellent stuff. Just forming up to shoot into the massive amount of infantry over here. That's excellent. Let's help out on this side with our cavalry now. Really help out with these auxiliaries and such. It's a tad messy, but it's done. Oh, that's vile. Oh, you didn't see that. You did not see that. Oh, disgusting formation there. Yeah, we just need to charge down, I think, with our infantry. Get our cavalry out before it starts getting messed up there. Mass rout though, that's excellent. If we can get these cannons off now, that should source everyone out there. So we're a little more worried really about their infantry coming back, to be honest. So we'll sort them out, shatter them completely, and the day will be ours. And there we go, a heroic battle after our cavalry just chased down the last of the retreating Ottomans there. So let's go over and see about our quite actually likely heavy losses there. Let's go over and see. You know what? That's not too bad at all. Very acceptable losses at under 1,000 there. I'll absolutely take that. The enemy does have just under 1,000 remaining, so we haven't absolutely crushed them. They will also have a force about. Let's see how that is. Yeah, that's not too bad whatsoever. Looks like we're getting a trait here for attacking general. Absolutely brilliant there. Let's go and just brush these aside. We can also resolve this fairly confidently there, just to remove them. We do have yet another trait. This man is properly counted among the great captains in battle. Okay, does that really help us with anything? 3 to command in battles. Excellent, really, really good. Do I want to go all the way to Transylvania already? I think I might do, actually. Let's also repair the manufacturer over here. And let's look. Yeah, our replenishment is somewhat abysmal. We'll take about 3 turns, I think. That's not too bad, actually, having said abysmal. That's just redoing the message over there. Okay, so we're going to be rather passive once again, save up some money, and then we'll try and put our master plan into action. To source out just a few things, have a bit of a reshuffle, I think. And we do have some cross swords for the ambush battle we did against Spain, and so we bloody should as well. So let's carry on. We do actually have a bit of a Württemberg problem over here now. Might want to see about that. Actually, can we ask for peace with Württemberg at the moment? Where are we? Where the bloody hell's Württemberg? Right at the bottom. We gift them far in advance. They're being insulted. Yeah, it was a tad insulting. I will give them that. Let's carry on then. Just double check where our armies are. We have a couple over around Venice. That's all good. Looks like we're fully replenished over here. And how's this one doing? Needs one, maybe 2 more turns for these Hungarian Fusiliers. How does that change if we go into Venice there? It's a tad worse. Let's keep them over here for now. Can keep this group over here. We'll just move the ambush a little closer to the roads here, so that we do catch anything going into Venice there. And so you can bet this army doesn't sit still and idly by. Yeah, it's going to be tough. It's going to be fun. Let's carry on, I think, and watch out for some more Ottomans and the Württemberg army, I think. Let's go. Yeah, there we go. Looks like the French just do not give up coming through these mountains here. We've ambushed a small army of the French over here. We're going to have to manually do this. I'm not too confident with the balance of power there that auto-resolve will do the job. And because we've got an ambush, should be fairly simple. Let's bloody go. Yeah, we can see it's absolutely an ambush battle here. It's just a question of where to put our cannons, because they are on a small hill there. I think if we just sit our cannons... do we have a hill of our own to sit back on, so we're not shooting into our own troops there? We do have a bit of a hill. That's the enemy. We don't have a hill. We do have a bit of a hill here. Let's sit our cannons over here. It's really the only thing we need to worry about there. If we do that, we can put our light infantry into skirmish mode there, so they do crouch down, help out there. So the biggest problems are going to be, where are they? Yeah, the colonne d'attaques once again, because they have a massive amount of infantry there, 500 infantry units, and of course a large amount of cavalry there. Chasseurs, cheval, and French hussards. Not great for us, but we've dealt with them before. It's looking like we're going to have to square up, to be honest, with this line over here. And we'll send our cavalry in their flanks as well. We'll send them... actually, we'll send them on the flanks over here, so they can go into the enemy infantry. The majority of our infantry is actually on this side. Might want to bring down... a bit mismatched here, aren't we? Bring down some Hungarian foot over here. We're just going to have to rush on down to this flank, I think, with the rest of our infantry there. So we shift on up a bit over here. Might want to reinforce that a little bit more. Let's come with these spare units over here. Right, so it might be worthwhile sitting behind this as cover, but we're going to bend around the side here like that and just not face the enemy there. So unfortunately that's not really working in our favour, that. We're just going to have to awkwardly sit on top of the fence there. What have we got over here? We have some Jaegers. You know what, the Jaegers might be able to sit on there quite comfortably with their extra range. Let's have a look at that very quickly. Bring the cavalry just a tad over here then. We do have a unit slightly out of place here. That's some more Jaegers. Bring these actually to the sides over here. We do have some Grenzers over here. Bring these out to the flanks as well. They can really pummel the Grenadiers over here. So let's start already moving. Cannons are unlimbered, absolutely. Let's go straight for the colonne d'attaques there. And we'll bring our general up over here because we do have a bit of a gap in our infantry. Bring these over like so. We're going to have to move up over here, aren't we? That's fine. That means we've got to come out of the cover there, but not to worry at all. Why can't I do what I want with the formations there? There we go. You can see we're already firing into the flanks of these Grenadiers here with our Grenzers there. That's absolutely brilliant. We're going to have to push up. We're going to have to push up a fair bit, actually. We can thin out our lines to help with our troops' firing angles there. And we'll push up over here to flank as well. No, we won't. Where? How did they get over there so quickly? Tell you what, we'll keep a couple troops over here to help deal with the French cavalry there. That's rather interesting. They didn't have any reinforcements, just being quick to retreat there by the looks of it. Interesting. Ooh, what are these? German Fusiliers not doing great here. Let's curl on round then to help out. What are these guys doing? They need to push up just a tad closer to get some decent shots off. Let's start shooting into these massive groups, thank you. And what's shooting us up here? Some chasseur cheval. Let's get a tad closer. Need to square, need to square, need to square. There's too much going on once again for me. My small brain cannot handle it. It's a very, very messy square. I'm just going to sort this out. I'm just going to sort this out. They're not charging at the moment anyway. I'm just more worried about the friendly fire. Quite the mess. Quite the mess today, isn't it? Look at this. Double time, please. We'll just shoot them. Yeah? Just shoot them if that's going to be the case. What are we doing over here? Do we need to do anything else? Let's come with our cavalry and probably run into there, to be honest. Or do we even need to bother with that? It's going to be more losses if we do. Let's bring these up, I think. We're in range over here. We can take the cover, actually. Go right in their faces. Take the cover of the fence there. No, don't need to square. Oh, bit late there, but might need to there. That's going to be a bit late. It's just too close to call there. Using their cavalry a tad too well, to be honest. That's okay. That's absolutely fine. They're going to rouse off fairly easily. Get on the Swiss line there with our cannons. And I think we're going to have to run in over here for their general. And once again, we're going to go right in their face with this group. Can't get on the side there for some reason, so we'll come up a bit. Yeah, there we go. Got the cover of the wall over here to deal with this colonne d'attack. And we're going to get their general fairly easily there. Absolutely brilliant how we're doing this cavalry. Done a secondary charge there. We've routed that group. So we're just going to stay in square over here because they'll probably route through our infantry there. That's looking good. Just wait for them to shatter and then we can come round and recover. And yeah, absolutely brilliant. Really, really good there. Okay, we've got everything under control. Look at this colonne d'attacks though. Massive, massive units here. Really good though, massive target for our cannons, actually. Should not be a problem. We'll be firing on with our lights over here. It's difficult to tell. Oh. General's down. Excellent. What was his name? Alexander de Rosay. Lovely stuff. And yeah, charge into these Swiss lines to make sure they go down. Because still, even though they're rousing, they do still have the majority of their men there. So we'll continue that and let them go down. And we'll finish up there. Lovely stuff. Look at the charge. Oh, not quite exactly on target there, is it? We have these to worry about, that's absolutely fine. We can canister shot into the retreating colonne d'attacks there. Before that comes into our group, thank you. We'll have to double time that to avoid our own cannons there. Look at that, lovely stuff. Oh, masses there, masses downed. And we are actually going to leave the battle there. Let's go. So, yeah, 519 losses. Enemies on 511 remaining. That might leave a few about, but nothing we can't just mop up after the end of the turn there. Let's hurry on. And once again, the French being bloody bastards. So, Alexander Grouchy over here. He does try my patience, this young man. And Johann von Österreich has 3 command when attacking on land. That's absolutely brilliant. We are going to finish that army off. I think we can't let that stand. There we go. Lovely stuff. Cool. It's going to take some time to replenish that once again. Not to worry. A confident general and +1 to morale in battles. That is amazing stuff. That's what I've been waiting for. This guy's really going to lead. He's going to be definitely keep him on the front lines against the French and the Württemberg army there. We do see a massive Swiss stack over here. And a massive French stack coming up. Rather unfortunate there. Might try and keep this particular Württemberg army sabotaged here. Has worked. What do they have in there? Quite large. It's just some line infantry. Nothing too special. Some chevaux légers and such. That's all good. I think what we're going to do is try and move on to Transylvania now. And that might be the end of things there for today. We might have to source out this army as well. Interesting. Let's go to the edge over here. Do we get any sight of a Transylvania? No, we don't. Let's just peek our noses in. Do have a small army standing in there. Be very tempted just to rush that down. Very, very tempted indeed. So few units. They have a couple garrisoning units as well. Of armed citizenry. Shouldn't be too much of a bother, but we have taken some damage, as you can see here. It's not ideal, but we could take it very quickly. I think we'll leave it. I think we'll leave ourselves to replenish a little bit more, but that is not going to be great, is it? That's going to be okay. That's all good. It's going to take a couple turns. We can leave that for now. Unfortunately, these trees are just inside the Ottomans' boundaries here, so we can't ambush anything. They're just going to have to stand out there, unfortunately. I'm thinking about the possibility of an attack coming from Belgrade here. So just don't have the manpower to deal with it. We've got to leave Johann over here to deal with the front line with any possible Württemberger French troops. We've got to leave these two people over here to deal with the Italians who are mounting another massive stack over here. Oh dear. Can we sabotage this army? Okay, it's not going to give us a percentage of this one. If we can sabotage that, it's not going to work. This is why we need two armies here. How's our replenishment looking? All good on there. It's going to take another turn over here. We can finally move them out over here. Might want to move these to try and tempt out the Italians, actually, to an ambush. And we'll see. But I think that will be it for today, everyone. Got a couple battles in. It's taken a little longer than I anticipated there. But it will be a fairly short one. If that's the case, maybe in for a bonus video tomorrow. But yeah, thank you very much for watching. Hope you've enjoyed the video. I certainly have. Once again, we've dealt a little bit with the Ottoman problem, but now is when we take the offensive to the Ottomans, I think. Our income doesn't quite support another army there, which is rather unfortunate, but I might make a small militia army so that we can help out with the maintaining order when we go into Belgrade and Wallachia and such, so that we can keep moving with our main army there rather than quell rebellions. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the video. I've been the Edified Gamer, and I hope all of your nights and days are auspicious. Goodbye.